Let's do this. It is my last episode. Is it hard to believe? Our talk is coming to an end. But you know what to do. Reach out to me. Got a lot of fun coming. It's going to be fun. Because you are part of it. Because you are part of it. Hello, friends! Welcome to MarkTalk, the last MarkTalk. This is so weird to say that. That is so weird. It's been an incredible journey, and I am so honored to be here with you guys today. I will be opening up the studio for people to join and hang out in a few minutes. But if you want to DM me about that, I will send you the link as soon as I can. We are waiting on my first and only book guest of the day, who is someone that I absolutely adore, and I'm so excited. She was my first guest, my first actual guest on MarkTalk, like 7 or 8 months ago. I started in July, I believe, and that's just insane to me, and it's crazy how the show has evolved and changed. But if you have any questions or anything, please send them my way, and I will gladly answer them to the best of my ability. Just getting one small thing done there. But yeah, I mean, like, I hope you guys are doing good. Been mostly good myself, a little bit upset by what's happening in the news. Kind of overseeing Asian people getting attacked like that. Kind of overseeing anyone getting attacked like that. That's just the way that is. Also, I feel like promoting something also. I have applications open right now for let me find that thingy right there for Adventure Game Season 5. That'll be happening here on my YouTube page, and would love to see you there. Hey Pam, I hope you're doing good. Miss you so much. Once I can't get to LA, I'm going to go to LA. I will, and once I can afford it, because money is definitely a thing right now. And I have to see my girlfriend as soon as I can, which I'll be seeing her a week from today, which is incredible. When you think about like the fact that I've been fully vaccinated for like 10 days now, which is pretty cool. And now I am able to mentally travel and things like that. But I will be able, like, I went to a bar on Monday night, social distance, all that good stuff. And it felt weird because I was wearing a mask while I was standing, don't get me wrong, but like I didn't feel the pressure, the fear of people as much as I used to, and that's important to me. 1 second. Also, I feel like that people should know that wow, I like when you start speaking and then you don't know where you're going. That's exactly where my brain went. But that's how that happens sometimes. What was I gonna say? But yeah, all good after all the vaccinations, and I highly recommend anyone to get vaccinated if you can. I mean, the sooner that you're vaccinated, the sooner that if I know you, I can hug you. And that's an important thing for me as the nerd that I am. I like hugs. And I haven't hugged anyone in so long, except for like incredibly few people. And that's a real thing. Also, I feel like I should let people know, just because MarkTalk is going away doesn't mean Mark Reed Meets World is going away. I am actively trying to get guests for the next few episodes of that. I would like to record some because I will be gone for a week from New York, and it'd be important. It'd be nice for me to actually have a backlog so I can actually edit those and make sure it's good for when I am gone and continue this series. Like, also, like, I have a big episode coming up. One of my favorite 1 or 2 episode characters, TK, is going to be up on Boy Meets World. And if you know TK, you know TK. TK is great. She is like a wildfire. As are a lot of the one of the 1 or 2 episode characters that are in that season. Yeah, but like, there's a lot of good things happening right now. I'm fully vaccinated. Gonna hop on a plane for the first time in over a year. Last time I flew was a year, a month, and a day ago when I was flying back from Minneapolis from seeing Rachel for Valentine's Day. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day. I was tempted to actually get drunk during today's broadcast, but I decided not to because that is something I'll be doing afterwards. I am wearing green. This is green. I would qualify this as green. And yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting on my guest, Kelly Patterson, who is incredible. She's been a friend of mine for 10 months, almost exactly. And it's great to have friends like Kaylee in this world. And that's the thing that I value so much. Like one of the things that one of the reasons why I created MarkTalk was because I was not feeling creative anymore. And that's not a thing that I like to do. And I was also, like, it's so easy to feel lost and alone while you're dealing with all of this crap for the last year. And creating MarkTalk as an actor and as a creative type has been a very helpful thing for me. So that is good. I don't like feeling alone and unable to create. And that is one of my biggest phobias and fears of not being able to create. And it was really important for me to create this show and be able to connect with people the way that I like to and create a good, fun, and positive environment. I'm big on positivity. If you know that about me, I love positivity. It makes me very happy. And I like to meet people. And of course, if you do not know this yet, today is our last episode. And the reason why it's going away is twofold. One, I knew that work is going to be returning sometime next month or so. And I didn't want to have to like abruptly end this or change the schedule, something weird that could be, my job is not like normal, like 9 to 5 or anything like that. It changes and I don't know what my schedule was. I was like, I'm going to rather just create content when I want to and release it when I want to instead of having a strict schedule like MarkTalk, which I do appreciate and it has helped me feel like a good human being and not just a lump of clay, for lack of a better word. Like I said, Mark Remake World will still be happening, and that's important to me. I get so much fun out of that, and I hope you guys do too. Now, one of the things I love so much about this was one of the things that I really enjoyed the most, because I actually never really got bored doing this, was I did towards the middle end of it. I'm not going to deny that. But I really love doing the branch steals, which are really fun. Those are going to keep happening every once in a while. Probably not with like much notice or regularity, but I think it's important for me to actually keep that going for at least fun and fun. There probably will not be one this Friday, I'll tell you that. But that's how that is. And yeah, let me see. We have 5 people watching. I just want to say thank you. Like I said, my guest will be on very shortly. She says she'll be around about 4:15, and that is good. Now, and so yeah, so I didn't want to worry about having to do MarkTalks while I was in Minneapolis. I would have put it on hold, but also it's a thing of I'm trying to prep for the next season of the adventure game, which is going to be great. If people want to apply that, it's really fun. It's a choose your own adventure style game. Applications are open. And we've got a lot of really great applicants so far. I've got 17 applicants, if not mistaken. 17, yeah. That's really cool. I get so honored doing that. I get to write a script for friends to act in and have people do the online reality game style voting out situation, which is a really fun thing to me. And I don't know if you guys have been watching, but did anyone here watch the new season of The Circle? They just had the celebrity version of it in the UK, and they just started series 3 of it in the UK, and it is so fun and so great, the new season so far. and I fucking adore it. Like the way that the celebrity season went was pretty fun and shocking, and I think that was a really, really what I liked about it was that like they were all like big celebrities in the UK, but people I just did not know at all in real life, except for very few people. What's up, Marcus? I hope we can hop on later. I always get very happy talking to you. Good, positive people like Marcus Pearson down in the world. Got a lot of people, very similar names with me, and also good, positive energy. Yeah, so the celebrity circle was great. I knew of Denise Van Uden and Bag Chips, and of course, Will I Am I knew because it's kind of hard not to know who Will I Am is. But Will I Am was a catfish, and it was great. And I'm really intrigued. The new season of the regular Circle in England just started. I do think the British version of the Circle is probably the best of the 4 different versions. Because is it 4 or 5? It's UK, US, France, and Brazil. Wow, I love how you're implying that you think that I've actually showered today. Uh, no, I mean, if you want to hop on, I'll probably be on at least till 5 o'clock. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if Kaylee is where Kaylee is at right now. So know that she said she was running a little bit late. And I'm really excited. I haven't talked to her like in person in like a month or so, which is really maybe longer, which is really long for us because she is one of my closer friends in this community. And I've heard some of her new single, and it just like really warms my heart. And all her music's great. Like she's just great. Like there's people. What I really like, one of my favorite things in the world is having friends you can actually cheer for. And Kaylee Patterson's a friend I can actually cheer for, and you don't get that too often. I think like I don't know. I mean, you get that, but it's also a thing of like she's so talented and such a good person, has such an interesting story that it's really fun to have a friend that you're like, oh my god, this person's gonna make it big and be incredible and just a really good person. So that's just where I am in that regard. And also, other side was legitimately a bop. She is so good. She's so good. As are you, Marcus. But yeah, no, like I think it's really impressive actually creating like actual art during this pandemic. I've not done much creativity wise. Um, I have written as of right now 5 scripts for the adventure game, which are scripts for it, not like episode, not so like each. If you ever watch an adventure game, there's actual like script acting involved in it, and that's cool to me. I think it's really cool that I'm able to cast and direct and act myself and all that cool things. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Just got a message from Kaylee. But how about this? I got an idea. Because I know that there was someone else that wanted to be a guest. So I'm going to send them the link right now. Because good people are good people, and it's good to have good people standing nearby. Again, if people want to be a guest in this, please DM me, and you can easily be a guest, and it won't be painful, I hope. It won't be painful. That's the best way to put that. It's just the way it is. Like my big thing right now is I'm big on positive energy and communication. Communication will always be one of my biggest things in the world, and I'm so sorry. I keep getting distracted by my phone. That's what happens. But Kaylee's busy. She's making a new song. It's gonna be great. We're gonna love it. It's gonna be the bop of the spring when it gets released, and that's important. It's important to have the bops. If you have the bops, then what are you? You're bopless, and if you're bopless, then you can't do fucking anything. So I've been watching Survivor Karamoan because my finale last year and Akiva Winokur are prepping. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. So I have to sneeze. I hate this. I have to sneeze. Woo! Sneezed on camera. Let me get me a tissue. Okay. So yeah, I've been watching Survivor Caramoan because RJP is doing the rewatch of that season, and Ali Lasher is a friend of mine, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it, and that's how that happens sometimes. And so basically, what happened, I realized I still don't love Survivor Caramoan. I'm 12 episodes in, and that season's not good. It's not good. The favorites, except for like the ones that are say like would be qualified as favorites in my mind are like Malcolm, Andrea, Brenda, possibly Cochran. Um, I guess Philip if you want to get a little zany, but like they also have like Brandon Hance who no one really liked, and also definitely needed help, which is a really sad thing that like that became very obvious. Francesca Hoagie, who is great, and I think would have been really nice to see her get a real proper second chance instead of being with Philip, who is like her arch nemesis, and you don't want to see that, especially because Francesca Hoagie's only played a total of 6 days of Survivor in her whole career. It's so sad. Like you give her a second chance, and then you put her out there with the person that is the reason why she went home when she went home. Well, 1 second. But yeah, so and then the fans are also Eric Reichenbacker. I would put him as a favorite because I also think it's pretty cool that he was in the original in Micronesia as a fan and did really well and did really well in Caramoan as a favorite. But like still, I don't like the season. I don't like the way the season tastes, and it makes me very sad because I don't like getting sad watching fucking Survivor seasons. Like, all right, so yeah, I'll admit this in a heartbeat. I Island of the Idols, except for that one fucker, is really decent. Actually, like the cast is incredible, except for that one fucker who fucks everything over. And then like yeah, I understand why that was last on the list for RHAP, but that's how that goes. Oh, 1 second. Um, yeah, I'm really happy because I think so. I think 19 of the 20 people on IoT on IOI is great, like at least entertaining or at least decent enough to watch a Survivor. And that 20th is just such a fucking horrible human being, and Survivor really fucked up by like they knew what they had to do something right, and then they ended up casting that person, and it just was disgusting and made me very very sad. I don't like getting sad while watching Survivor. It's why I don't like watching Thailand. It's why I don't like rewatching Game Changers. Seek's a friend of mine. I don't like seeing my friend getting out of the national television. It's not cute. It's not fun. It's not cool. Like I watch Survivor to escape from bullshit, and like yeah, I mean, so like Karamoan is mostly inoffensive, but it's also just nothing at the same time. I don't like the winner. That's I'm not saying who the winner is, but I don't like them. I don't think they're a bad person. I just don't like how they play the game of Survivor, and that's just real on that whole situation right there. Yeah, it's just it is what it is. So yeah, so Kaylee is running late. If anyone wants to be on the show, please let me know. I would like to talk to people, not just myself and monologue, which is not a bad thing, but it's also not really what I wanted to do today. I wanted to have this be like an open door policy and let people hop on that either haven't been on in a while or haven't been on before. And I'd like to have some guests on. So if anyone wants to be on, that'd be great. Let me. I got an idea. Hey Hannah, I see you there. If you want to hop in, let me know. Because I'd like to have guests today. It's my last episode. I've done 94 episodes of this. 94. That's insane. It doesn't count like when I like streamed the sequester game that I did had commentary for. But like 94 proper Mark Talk episodes. That's insane to me. Like when I started doing this, I really didn't think that it was gonna be this many or it was gonna take off in any way, sort of form. And I'm proud of it. Like I'm proud of it. I'm really happy. I got my internet situation better. I remember for a long time, I have a 50-foot Ethernet cord for my room that used to go from my room all the way to the modem, all the way in the living room. My roommate moved the modem to our bookcase in the hallway, so it got about 15 feet closer and 15 feet better. So that's how that goes sometimes. A little bit of that goes a long way. But I'm happy. I'm honored that I've done this, and it feels good that I'm ending on my own terms. And I don't know why the other person that reached out to me that wanted to be a guest hasn't looked at the thing yet, and it's not the best. But that's how it goes, right? That is how the cookie crumbles, as they say in Bruce Almighty. Yes, I just quoted Bruce Almighty. That's the content you get here on the Last Mark Talk. Fun fact, this past weekend I taught myself OBS, which is how you stream game. Like you can like stream to words. You can stream to Twitch that way. Hold on 1 second. And I taught myself it in like under 2 hours. That's impressive. It's so hard. I did OBS project, I think is the name of it, and I was just like, what the hell am I doing? This doesn't make sense. This does not make sense at all. Excuse me, but like I had to like watch like 5 different YouTube videos. So like what's really fascinating is Zoom is not naturally set up for OBS, which makes sense. But when I was Zooming the Monarchs. I was hosting one of the rooms for the Monarchs finale, and for the Monarchs All-Star game, and which is pretty cool. And while that was happening, right before we went live, I noticed that my screen was white for the Zoom. I'm like, what the hell is this? I got audio, but I don't have anything but audio. And there I am, trying to troubleshoot, trying to figure out, trying to read the site on the OBS project. Like, I don't know what this is. And I've typed in OBS, Zoom, Twitch, white screen. Found a video how to fix that instantly. That's the thing you love about the internet. Like, I love the fact that you can just type in random words into a YouTube stream and you get that. That's really cool. How knowledge share is just so cool and so great, and it makes me so happy, like being able to learn things and experience things. And from my understanding, there was no issue with the game to watch. Naomi, if you want to be on, let me know. You know what to do. Just reach out to me, and I will send you the link. I love you. I miss you. I hug you soon. That is apparently my motto for this. Like, has anyone here like fully lost their mind and then regained their mind and lost their mind again during this year? And now it's just like this weird, like I have my mind, but I don't have my mind, like mindset right now. That's exactly where my mind is right now with my mind. I'm saying my mind a lot, and I understand I'm saying my mind a lot more than I ever thought I would say my mind today. But like also like I almost what I almost did. So like if you saw the opening of this episode, you saw a newer version, a final version of the actual show link, uh, and and in there, I was going to have it be like this and then be trimmed, but I decided not to trim my beard for that yet. But I do have a friend that's coming on very shortly that I'm excited to talk to. I haven't talked to them in a long time. A long time for us. I feel like I talk to this person pretty often, but I haven't talked to him in very, very long time, it feels like. And because he's had a life change. That's what happens to us. Life changes. Life happens. Uh, life changes. Life happens. And that's just the way that is sometimes. You don't know what you're going to get. Also, I want to ask you guys, what are you drinking today for St. Patrick's Day? I tend to drink on St. Patrick's Day, normally Guinness. I'm a pretty basic person that way. I do have myself a good Jameson, and that's just the way that goes. Look, but you know what? I'm happy to bring in my first guest, a person I really love that I've always wanted to have on the show, a person that I think is just a cool cat, and if I ever get down to the Philadelphia area, I am going to meet him and his family, as long as he wants to. The one, the only, Dan Alt.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Great. How are you?
It's good. I'm good. A little bit, but because timing is fun with live shows, right?
Sure.
Yeah. How you been? I know you just had your second kid.
I did. I have a 5-week-old daughter. It's my second. It's going well. Sleeping some hours, not sleeping most others. But hanging out, and I was like, oh, Mark needs a guest. And on short notice like that is me to a T. So I'm just happy to be here for this illustrious Mark Talk.
Yeah.
Hannah, unfortunately, my baby is out of town. Not out of town, but at least out of the house. So sadly, she cannot make an appearance. But she comes home, maybe we'll.
You never know.
Yeah.
So how have you been? I know that you work from home. I know that you're a new father. How's life been? I haven't talked to you like for more than like 5 seconds in maybe 2 months.
Yeah. To be fair, I try and keep all my interactions just like real quick.
Yeah.
I've been really good. Work is staying the course. It's been busier than ever. But I was on leave for 2 weeks. I got to watch a bunch of Survivor. I watched a bunch of The Genius. I've been joking that my daughter might know Korean because of how much she and I have been watching The Genius together. So she might have a second language there. I know you just watched Survivor Karamoan. I also watched Survivor Karamoan.
It's a chore, right? Or am I going crazy? It's a chore.
It was rough. It was rough. I unfortunately front-loaded all of my Survivor rewatches with good seasons, and now I'm just ticking the bottom of the barrel. And Karamoan was definitely on there, but it was interesting. I had never seen it before, so
I watched it when it aired, and I was just like, okay, because I was I'm a big fan of Malcolm and Andrea, and that's about it from that season. When I was watching it, and I like Eric. I never watched Micronesia until afterwards. So
yeah,
but yeah, I was just I really like Malcolm. I really like Andrea, and I don't like any of the fans except for Sherry.
I didn't know there was a Sherry fan.
She was the one that came in third place.
I know. I just.
What season have you been watching?
I'm not here to yuck your yum, Mark.
What season have you been watching? As you said, you just been binging. So.
Yeah. Otherwise, just running around. Let me see if I can get my cat here.
Yeah. Whoa.
He's hanging out.
Yeah. What's your cat's name?
My cat's name is the General.
The General?
The General, yes.
Nice.
He's an Army vet, and just hangs out with me in my studio. So it's been going well. Yeah.
Nice. So how is The Genius? I've been told I need to watch it, and I've never had a chance to watch any of it.
Yeah, I think it is one of the most compelling shows for like a strategy head, particularly like me.
Yeah.
I think it teaches it's like a fascinating look at just different ways of approaching certain things. Um, I think particularly in the sphere that we're in, we go into games where like a lot of games where you're voting people out, and this
Mhm.
is not a game where you're voting people out. You are definitely working for and against other people, but it's definitely dynamic and fluid, and each round is different. And there are people you can see who get it, and some people who don't. And I think it's really interesting. Also, just the in-game currency is very valuable. Like an interesting concept where people can collect garnets that can translate to real-world currency, and so
Well, that's
people are
cool.
working to make sure they're collecting it because ultimately that goes to the end prize. And if, but at the other time, you can spend those garnets at times for advantages. Uh, ooh, I didn't realize we had a Discord. I'll have to get on that. But then you
I
can
think
sometimes,
that's new. Yeah.
okay, yeah, sometimes you can then spend those garnets for advantages and clues and other things, and that lowers the overall prize money. So very interesting. It's reminds me a lot of that other game that we, that big S game we may have been familiar with.
uh, I will
So
never ever forget. Like 3 days after my win of that S game, and you messaged me. You're like, "I'm not playing anytime soon, but if I were, what would you recommend me to do about my game?" And I'm like, "Because like your game is, I've always loved your game, you know that." And I'm like, "I don't know, be more social." And then you were playing that next game, and you were very, very social.
that was a fraud game. That was a murder
It
mystery.
was, but I thought you
No,
played it very well. So it just
yes.
made me very happy when I was like, "Did I just give Dan advice?"
Well, you had posted a tweet being like, "I can tell anybody how to win a game." I was like, "Let me find out."
Well, man, I don't think. Okay, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna win any game,
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
like I like, and now that I've been like, I was like, I don't. I mean, I can use my clout or whatever to give my advice. Since I come at things in a very social way.
No, totally.
I mean, you're a strategy master. I
I
mean,
dabble. I dabble.
you're really good at strategy.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I will never ever forget the one time I decided to turn on you. It bit me in the ass, and then you won $100.
Well, I was like, that was the first time I could ever say I'm like a professional social strategy player. Because I was like, they paid me to win that game.
You did
Uh,
win money, yeah. Which is, I mean, that's always nice when it happens.
ooh,
And
winner
yes,
and a
you guys.
winner of Summit. That was a huge tragedy. Is that Summit is no longer active because I was gearing up for that Winners War. Um,
Yeah, you would have been really good at that. Because, well, I also my whole thing with when games end and stuff, it's always about like I don't think that someone should push himself past their limits, like either hosting or playing. Like you have to like be in touch with yourself. And I really respect the fact that Andrew's like, I'm good, I'm done.
did what he needed to do and get out of town.
But I do think it'd be really interesting to see a winners reunion because I think they're all very cool.
That's true.
Um, because I know that you, Hannah, Adam Salkov, Cassie, a bunch of people I have a lot of love and respect for, are winners of the summit, which is the second most exhausting game I've ever played.
It was a Tuckering game, and you jumped into that game like last minute, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
jumped in like an hour before, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I'm happy I played it. Like it
Yeah.
was really hard, and I met great. Like that cast was one of my favorite casts I've ever played with in a game. So
So what's next for MarkTalk? Is it just going on a
it's
hiatus?
I haven't fully decided. I think it's gonna be done, but like I'm still gonna be doing Mark Reed Meets World because I like it's just
Yeah.
okay, Pinoy, I'm sorry. Yes, you also won. Uh, I forgot about that. But yes, Pinoy, you win a lot of games too. But yeah, so right now, what's going to happen is I'll be doing branch steals, but they'll be a little bit more randomized, like when they happen. It's just like my job is returning in the beginning of May,
Awesome.
and which I'm so thankful for.
Yeah.
And it's just that thing of I want to get my life slightly back. I gained like 20 pounds during this last year,
Same.
and I want to like try to lose it and not stress about like a set schedule for a show.
Yeah. Got to prioritize yourself.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing any games soon, or just busy in
You
new
just never
dad?
know where I might pop up. I'll just put it that way.
I
Uh,
mean, you can apply for adventure games. I would like to see you do that. A game that is all about social.
I will say my schedule is just tight with having to take off several hours to from the little ones is tough right now. But if there's
Yeah.
ever a time I can make it happen, I'd love to. I definitely have a lot of love for these games. I love voting people out. Not gonna lie, that has never been an issue for me. I love to mix it up and get weird, but we'll see. I'm in no rush. I played a lot of games at one period of time, and that felt really comfortable. But it's nice to take a little step back. I'll never say retirement because they're not
No,
paying me. They're not. No one's
yeah.
paying me retirement. And until they do, that's when I will call it that. But maybe one day I'll get back in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird because like I've taken a big step back from banishment, and like after my last game, I'm like I'm done, and then like, but I didn't say that like loudly. I was just like I'm good. Like I'm very happy with. I'm not if I'm not in a banishment, that's okay. But the whole thing is also like my whole thing is be happy with what you've done,
Yeah.
and I'm happy enough with most of the games I played. There's very few
Yeah.
games where I'm like I need to play again to redeem myself or feel better about myself, and I take pride in that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if you're not playing, hopefully to like have a good time and to show a good performance, and I guess that's the issue. Is sometimes people play and they don't feel satisfied with their experience. But as long as you're playing and playing hard, in my perspective at least, hopefully you can walk away with whatever the outcome is and say it was a good time.
Yeah. I have an
And
important question though for you. Oh, sorry, you
oh,
continue.
oh no, please.
So today's St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
and I know you and me like a good alcoholic beverage. What are you drinking today? I don't know if you're drinking anything right now, but like or plans for tonight if you can.
I have been taking a extended period of break from that, from drinking, just as life changes. That's been something fun for me. Is also trying to lose some of that quarantine excess. That being said, if I was, I'd have to go with a nice Irish dry stout. Um, you can pound 1 to 4 of those. Um, Ooh, yeah, Brandon Donlin, come on through. Uh,
I was so sad when he was like, "Yeah, I'm moving to Philadelphia," like because he was like, "Yeah, I'm moving back to New York and we like hang out." Like, great. And he's like,
yeah.
"Sorry, Mark, I moved to Philadelphia." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Um, and then at that point, wherever the night takes me, I'll always drink bourbon. I don't think you need to drink something green, but if that fits your fancy, all the more power to you. Um,
Yeah.
I know I've had a Guinness or 8 on occasion, so
I remember when I got into Guinness while eating a steak. That's like that was my gateway to Guinness. And I was just like, this is the best beer ever. And then I drink it not as often as I used to, but I
it's
will be
surprisingly
drinking it
light.
tonight.
It's surprisingly light. Goes.
It's good. It tastes good. It's got a nice little crisp little like especially when it's like perfectly cold, it's got that weird little crisp aftertaste. I don't know.
Yes.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah.
That being said, I think I do need to depart
All right.
just to take care of a few different things. But I'm glad I was able to stop in. I
Yeah.
hope someone else sees this, DMs Mark on Twitter or on Facebook, gets in there, says bon voyage to Mark Talk for now. But thank
But
you again.
I'm always happy to talk to you, Dan.
Yes.
And again, it is on my. I do want to get to Philly and meet you so badly, and your
Yes.
whole family.
And,
So
I'm sure I'll be up in New York eventually once we're all vaccinated and
yeah,
able to hug each other. But we'll make it happen. But
yeah.
again, congrats, Mark, for this great thing that you built. Looking forward to seeing what's next.
All right, see you, Dan. Thank you so much for being
Okay.
here. Like, I love that guy. He's such a good dude. Like, I remember, like, I got into him because of the Tri-State game, and we became friends that way. And, but also, Dan, you are an icon. And yeah, again, if people want to be on today's stream, it's really easy. Just let me know, and I have a spot for you. We're like I get multiple people on. I get up to 9 more people on if people want. What I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid of me. I'm friendly. I swear I'm friendly. I'm still friendly. I do the best I can. But like what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Don't know where that came from. But yeah, it's a thing of I like friends. That's the best way to put that. I like friends, and you guys are my friends. And it's like it's so hard to believe that a year ago this time I was probably just drinking and having an anxiety attack and crying in a corner, and now I'm sober for now, hanging out in my room. Like it's so insane to me that like I bought myself a blue microphone, got myself a nice Logitech camera, got myself finally a wireless mouse. That was recent because on my laptop my mouse died, which that was fun. Learn how to edit, learn how to do a lot of things that I've never really been able to do. Like, what cool things have you been able to teach yourself during this pandemic? Like, I mean, at this point last year, I was prepping for my first org, I think, which would have been hosted by my friend George Nicolaitis. And basically, what happened in there was it was cool. Like he's done, like I did his LRG, Survivor Brooklyn South, and had a really really good time making friends there, playing hard, getting to know people. And then he literally was like, hey, right when the pandemic started, he's like, I'm going to do a new org, because he used to do orgs also, where it's like my org family versus my LRG family of friends. And that is one of the things that was very cool. Like, and like I was able to play with people and got closer to people. It's actually how I got really close to Laura Holzwasser. We were very much ride or dies until she turned on me. But that's what happens, right? It's really funny. Like me and Laura are friends, and it's that thing of she always turns on me, and I never turn on her yet. But I will turn on her if I'm given a chance. I will turn on her. That is a real fact. I do have someone else coming in very shortly, which I'm very excited to bring on, another good energy person. And that's a good thing because you know what? Like, I really want people that I want to talk to today. And that's important, right? To talk to people that you want to talk to. Like, we live in this world where anything can happen. And it's really important to keep your friends close, talk to people that you want to talk to, keep the energy you want. I've been tweeting a lot of like very truthful things for myself recently. Like recently, like yesterday, I tweeted, "Be nice, not just to other people, but to yourself too." And when I think about people that are nice, not just other people, but to themselves, I actually think of this person right here, a person that shares a few letters in common with me, Marcelo Guzman. How are you?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
Good. I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Yes. So how's life been?
You know, we're in a pandemic, so as good as it can be, nothing to complain about. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been well, actually today is the full year since I left New York to come back home to Virginia. So I thought it was the 15th. I told people it was the 15th, and then my parents were like, no, it's definitely the 17th. So I'm here to record that on the 17th of 2020, I did move out of my apartment in New York for like a time being, because we all thought it was going to be like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're like, see you in April.
Yeah, I remember distinctly. I was talking to my friend Shamira on my walk home after we got furloughed from Alamo, and I'm like, "I'll see you in May, by May for sure. Latest
Yeah.
May, like latest June. It won't be by our birthdays in August." And now we are a year plus later, and just
It kept moving. I was like, I'll be back in June. I'll be back in September. And then I was like, I'll be back in December. And then December is when my lease like ended. So I went back for a day, moved out, and then yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna come back, but hopefully soon.
I do hope. Like it's so weird how you and me we're so close to like the same circle, but so adjacent at the same time.
Yeah,
Like
it's very.
I think we saw the exact same shows, and everything. It's just like the more I learned about you, the more I got excited because I'm like, man, me and Marcelo, we can fucking rock this shit. Like,
Wow.
and we will. It's gonna happen.
We will. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, because you said that you did You said that you did all 4 modules of UCB, and before the pandemic, I had just finished all 4 modules, and then they had to not take down, but not have
The one and only
the
Pernod is up. I love how it's literally like midnight or 1 a.m. by Pernod right now. And no, actually, it's like
Pernod
3 a.m. Right?
Chanel Das. I can't. I'm in the presence of royalty right there.
So yeah, you're one of those people that is always so good about knowing like cool shows and things. Like, are you watching anything interesting right now?
So I just finished Superstore, which I absolutely love.
I'm a few episodes behind, but every episode's so good.
I just got to so I'm caught up, and they have 2 more episodes until they have 1 more episode, and then the next week is their series finale, which is like really sad. But so I got into Superstore. I'm watching. So the issue with me is like when I watch a show, I can't stop. Like it's not like I can't go from one show and be like, I'll watch another later and then go back to it. Like I have to finish it before I return to another. I'm really into the show on CBS called The Neighborhood, with Max Greenfield and Cedric the Entertainer. I've only started on season 1.
Okay.
But it's funny. I really enjoy it. Yeah. And then I'm starting to watch Christina Applegate stars in a show called Dead to Me on Netflix. And I'm really watching that. Yeah. And I've seen the first 2 episodes, and I'm already I'm already loving it. So yeah, I mean, being unemployed, you just gotta watch TV, and I guess that's how you do it, right?
I mean, that's what I've been doing. Like, I mean, like I'm watching along with RHAP for a couple of the seasons of Survivor. Like, I'm almost done watching Cara Moen. It's taken me a long time in my mind, but you know,
I love Cara Moen.
But I'm not fully caught up with Superstore, like which I was on track with it for like a while, and I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind. But that show is my favorite Halloween episode of all time on it.
The Halloween episodes in that.
You know which one I'm talking about. When
I love
they find the dead body in the wall. I love me some good dark comedy.
It's such genius.
The line of Mark McKinney being like, "Do not go back to household goods or whatever. There's horrifying things that you can't imagine. Seriously, don't go back there. Don't go back there."
And everyone just keeps walking in, and it's just so. It's just like that show is the epitome of just like feel good comedy that I love seeing on like NBC or whatever. I just love Superstore because I'm also a huge fan of America Ferrera, and like having her trailblaze that show is just amazing.
Yeah, I also I love like the diversity of the show. I also love the fact that there's like 2 people that are like in my life, either explicitly or implicitly. Because I think I told you before, like I went to college with George Salazar, who's on the show for like 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
And as you know, Zeke Smith is a really good friend of mine from like when he was in New York. So Nico is someone that I care about. So it's just like really cool. Like, oh yeah, those people I know each other. That one of them I know, one of them I don't fully know, like are familiar with each other.
I love that relationship on the show. Yeah, I really enjoy, like that's something that I love about like when I lived in New York was seeing shows that I was like, oh, I know that person, or I know that person adjacently through like another person. It's such a small world. I really like it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of really cool. Like I'm just so excited. Like now that I'm seeing shows are coming back soon. Like I know there's a show happening at Dresden Church that some of my friends, some people I know through Facebook are putting up. And I'm like, that's cool. It's like 15 people in that giant space. And then like I just read about the Donmar Warehouse production of the Book of Blindness.
I think I've heard a tiny bit of that.
So like they're doing it as like sort of like an audio play. Like I think people are masked also because I don't know if they're masked or because I know there's like a light element to it. Gotcha. So I'm not sure how it is, but it's a thing of I think it's really cool that show is getting brought across the pond. But it's also so weird that that show is coming, you know?
Yeah, I've been seeing that because I've just been keeping up with like what is gonna come back when Broadway returns, like when we're not even Broadway, just like in general. And but weirdly enough, like I had a friend that on Instagram he was posting that he was doing a national tour, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And it was like they had masks and face shields, and they were performing in Florida. And once he said Florida, I kind of like put two and two together, and I was
My
like,
home state.
okay. It's okay. My dad worked at UF, so I can I feel like I know a little bit about Florida, but
Go
yeah,
Gators.
go Gators. I don't, I don't, what is the word? I don't, it's not except because I love Florida, but like Florida and I are not friends, it's fine.
No, I understand. Like, yeah. Like I kind of wish my family met in New York instead of meeting in Florida, so I could be like truly a New York Jew instead of just sort of a New York Jew.
Because my family, because my dad was a professor at UF for the medical like school or campus or whatever, and then they moved to Virginia, and that's where I was born. And then, but we would always go back to like Gainesville, which is where they lived. So
Gainesville's amazing.
Yeah.
I lived there for 2 years and loved every second of it. Like, really great city, great people, love the college. I mean, I was there for Tim Tebow, so I was there for like the last most recent peak of like the Gainesville experience,
Tim Tebow. I have not heard that name in years. I'm also like, football's. Yeah, UF football was football, sports. Hey, y'all. No, UF football and UF basketball were like at that peak of like Tim Tebow was like where I always fell in love with soccer. God, Marcelo, Tim Tebow's football. Never mind. Just ignore what I'm saying.
It's all good. I knew what you meant. Don't worry. I have a question for you because I'm always so happy whenever I get a chance to see this. So, in my personal opinion, you are the best person to play Banishment that has never won. Statistically speaking, I think that's also true too. But are we going to get another game of Banishment with you?
Never say never. I'll say that. I would love to play Banishment one more time. I want to obviously win a Banishment. That would be a goal because my track record is Final Four 4 times in a row,
which is insane. Like I played that game 8 times, made Final Four, 3 of them, and I fully understand. Like, and yes, we also stand Joakim Noah in my house too.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, we stand Joakim Noah in my house as well. That was like the Tim Tebow and Joakim Noah were like the highlights of UF for me. So you're right, Marcus.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I would love to play Banishment again. I have a free schedule, so if Banishment wants me to play, just slide into my DMs, or I'll slide into their DMs, and we'll make it work. But I feel like I have one more Banishment in me.
I'm not retired, because I don't like that word. But
everyone says they're retired, and then they like do it, like they play a game. It's like
I will say this, so I do have another person backstage I want to bring on also, and I'm not asking you. No, you stay. Please stay. Okay. I've got this other person I adore that I think you also are a fan of. My dear friend, Laura Holzwasser.
Laura!
Marcelo! And yes, I adore you, and Mark, obviously.
Adore you. How are you doing, Laura?
Good. I literally got off work, heard Marcelo was on MarkTalk, and I was like, this is the last time I have the opportunity to do it. So I ran, put a bra on, and came back. I also got a cider because St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, what kind of cider is it?
Oh my God.
It's like a raspberry cider. I don't know how I've never
wearing green, but I'm gonna put this blanket over me that's green. So
there you go.
I got
this is green, but it doesn't look green. It's green.
I've got my green Monster because Boston.
My
Boston.
My girlfriend was wearing at work today a St. Patrick's Day shirt that is green and has Patrick from SpongeBob on it. So
wait, I want that.
I want that too.
It's like the most racial thing in the world.
I love that.
See her in a weekend. I'm very happy by that.
That's amazing.
I'm so happy to have you both on here.
Of course, I heard Marcelo talking about TV shows, which, first of all, Superstore is great. And you mentioned The Neighborhood, which I don't watch, but it reminded me of a show. It was in 2012, but it was a show on ABC called The Neighbors. And it was about, it was like one of those shows that was pointlessly dumb, but it was so dumb it was smart. It was this alien family like trying to blend in, and they all had names like Larry Bird and like Jackie Jordan-Kersey. It was so funny. I was so upset when it got canceled.
It low-key might be on. Hold on.
There were like 2 or 3 seasons of it, and it was one of those things that, like, I also recently saw Popstar for the first time. Yes, Hannah, I'm from Boston. I saw Popstar for the first time, and Popstar is like, it's now one of my favorite movies because it's so dumb, but it's so smart about how dumb it is that, like,
yeah. It also is my favorite weird male nudity I've ever seen in my entire life. That movie.
It was very gratuitous. I actually got the idea to watch it after watching The History of Swear Words because they used a scene, or they used that in the Dick episode.
Yes.
Classic Dick episode.
That was so funny though. Like I love it when you can learn something and it's like vulgar at the same time.
Yeah, like learning the etymology of where those words came from and like, you know, how they evolved over time and how certain words were really, really bad and now they basically mean nothing and other words are going down the same path. It's cool.
I love that.
Yeah,
like the word damn was like awful, but now
it's just like a part of people's vocabulary.
Yeah.
Damn.
See,
I said it.
The Dick episode. That's what it's all about.
I joined and I just spiced it up.
I mean, honestly, this whole episode is so. I just wanted like people that like I like to talk to, that have either been on the show or haven't been in a while, like because you guys have both made your appearances in my Brant Steals.
Yeah, I've been robbed a lot of times on that Brant Steals, but that's a conversation for Mr. Brant.
I tried to apply as my dog's photo, and you didn't let me.
That sounds right. I remember that. That sounds right.
Wait, I love that.
You were like, I need more women, and I was like, here's Ellie, and you're like, humans.
I mean, like it's so insane, like casting that, like because I get so many men and not many women for applications. Like if you ever because like the way I apply, it's like, hey, let me know you want to be on, and I'll put you on if it's possible. And then like it's like 40 guys and like 2 women, and
I'm always up for it. So like anytime you need a spot, just use my face.
Okay.
Even if it's a different name, even if it's like Christina, just like have Laura's face right there.
I can be like a catfish or whatever. It's going to be like a cross between The Circle.
I've been watching so much The Circle recently, and they're some of the best catfish I've ever seen in the Celebrity Circle. I
haven't watched it yet, but I have been binge watching Drag Race UK season 1, so I now know Bag of Chips. So I'm gonna really need to watch it now because I don't think I know any other celebrities.
Denise,
I don't
like known in the States, I think.
Yeah, I love The Circle. I watched The Circle UK season 1, Circle UK season 2, and then The Circle US season 1 and The Circle Brazil. All of them are amazing. So I want to catch up on Celebrity Circle.
And it's only 6 episodes. Last night series 3 started, so and the fucking fireworks immediately. Like what's so cool about series 3 of the UK, they immediately do things that you see like towards the end of the series. So like, I'm gonna put that person low because I think they're gonna win otherwise.
Wait, so it's only 6 episodes? Like the series is 6 episodes, or they have been to 6 episodes?
The Celebrity one is 6 episodes. It was only like a week.
That's like of all Freddie. Of the reality shows.
We love
That's
Freddie.
what I want to go on The Circle. I wanted to be on Who Done It. That was the show I wanted to do. And now that they don't have it, The Circle, something I can be fed and indoors.
I mean, I think I told you guys both before. I applied for The Circle for the season 2. I didn't get in, but
I applied with a really crappy video.
I did have my application halfway through, and I was like, "We're in a pandemic. I'm living in The Circle right now."
I think that's what I said.
One of my college classmates, who is 2 years older than me, was on The Circle US.
Which one?
Her name was Sean. She came in.
I liked her.
Yeah. So her and I went to college together, and she said that well, it's funny because you were you can be in an apartment alone and fed and all that, which is true. But I heard that she was there's no air conditioning in the apartments, so that's why everyone kind of goes to the outdoors to get
they sweat so much the heat and all that stuff.
Yeah,
because they're in a film set for 24 hours a day.
And I guess since they're totally alone, maybe it's nicer if you're in a pair. But yes, then you might disagree on strategy, but at least you're not totally alone.
It just reminds me of the mother-son pair in season 1.
It was so.
What's the point of the mom? And he's not listening to her.
No,
I feel like they just brought the mom just to
she's the hot mom.
Yeah.
They were she's a hot older lady. She was probably in her 50s, but they were old lady for reality TV, and put her on.
Those people I follow most of them on Instagram, but none of them post anymore. It's kind of just we had our 15 minutes of fame, so let's go back to our normal lives.
Sammy still posts.
Sammy posts. Chris Sapphire posts.
Joey
posts. Alex from Series 1 posts a lot. I like Alex a lot from Series 1 of the UK. So I don't follow Freddie because I feel like Freddie's great. But Freddie is a lot.
Freddie was I was okay, Freddie. I was I hope he doesn't win, but I was also rooting for Freddie.
I remember I was watching it during the daytime, and my roommate was home, and he heard every time Freddie started screaming, which is basically every time they cut to Freddie, I had to lower the sound because my roommate was like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
They really did. Oh gosh, that was such a good season. Well, it's funny because I saw the whole season 1 on YouTube because someone posted the whole season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I watched the first couple episodes of 2, and then they immediately shut down the first the season, both seasons off YouTube, so I couldn't find season 2. So. No, I found it. So I watched it, but I was why, of all places, why did you have to take it off YouTube? It's where we get our content.
I mean, that's where we are, and also on Twitch, and also on Facebook.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, I mean, stuff is still going to be happening. I'm going to have Lewis on to talk about Big Brother Culture Clash. And Naomi and Chris Lord are going to be talking about Survivor New York soon. I love all those people. So if people haven't applied yet for Survivor New York Season 5, do it.
I just applied.
I've not played Survivor New York, but I almost got cast last season actually.
Oh wait, I might apply for that.
A
lot of our friends have done it. So Davey's
I'm excited.
done it, Andre's done it, Billy's done it, Kai's done it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you played Survivor Brooklyn, Laura. I don't know why.
I did. I did Survivor Brooklyn South.
Oh, Brooklyn South. Is
Yeah.
Survivor Brooklyn South and Survivor New York two different things, or are they?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Survivor New York, like their connecting tissue is basically Naomi, since she's
Chris.
And Chris,
yeah. But Survivor New York is a few days. It's either 2 or they might make it 3, and Survivor Brooklyn is 1 day in a park. Brooklyn South, sorry.
Like all day in the park. Like we got
literally all like 7 a.m. to like 11 p.m.
And I got voted out before
It's
noon.
exhausting.
I became
Oh, I got
friends with-
voted out before noon both times I played and stayed the whole day, and went to watch Mark's game and stayed the whole day.
That's how we met.
The second
I
game
love that.
was freezing. That was in April or May, I think. And I came in so many layers and people were making fun of me. And then we had George, who runs the game, had to have his mom come with like blankets and winter jackets and just collect stuff. It was so cold. Everybody was just frozen. Andrea Belke played in that game. And Jacob Derwin played in season 1 with me. It was a lot of fun.
I miss Jacob. I tried getting to do one of these episodes, but it just never worked out. So I used to see him all in my Alamo.
Oh, yeah.
Where in
Never
Brooklyn
been.
is it?
Marine
Like, where's it?
Park.
Marine Park. Okay.
Very fun.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Highly
I will.
recommend. I believe is already cast for, I think he's doing it in September, unless people drop out, because it was supposed to happen last May. But highly recommend that game. And since it's a one-day game without camping and stuff, like, you don't have, if you're nervous about that, which I did one that was like 3 days and I lost my mind because I'm not good about.
What was that from?
Durham Warriors Survival Challenge.
Oh.
I played in season 5. Also voted out very early, but I had so much fun, but I didn't eat for a day and a half, and I probably slept an hour the first night and maybe 2 hours the second night. So by that third day, I was not functioning. I was like forgetting what I was saying mid-conversation with people and just totally forgetting people's names. Like, I got voted out and I just was like, huh. And I was like, can I go to bed?
oh my God.
Yeah. But it was fun. And now it's just survival challenge. It's in Illinois and it's, I believe, 5 days now, but highly recommend that game as well. They typically get survivors to play in it, and the survivors say it's like as close to the real thing as you're going to get. Like, they make some really good challenges.
I love that. I don't know if one of you said it or someone else, but there's one in Maine. Is that real? Is there a
That's the
survivor
main
game?
one. That's the one I played in. And now it's in Illinois. It used to be at Bob Crowley's house.
That's
What?
what it was. Yes.
Oh, there is another Surviving Maine, actually, run by Liza Stratton, who played in Durham Warriors Survival Challenge with me.
I just saw that one of our friends, one of Laura and my friends, that is a survivor, just liked this on Facebook. So I just messaged her to see if she want to hop on.
Lyrsa?
Yeah.
I was like, who else would it be?
There's like 2 or 3 that I could qualify that.
Fair. I freaking love Lyrsa. She lives like 10 minutes from me, but I haven't seen her in over a year now. So it's
I love Lyrsa. I
quite
played
a bummer.
Equilibrium with her on
Oh,
Friday.
you did?
And she is just like a gem of a person.
She
She's so
really
great.
is. She it's funny because I met her at a Survivor thing, and then I saw her posting about like kickboxing, and then being totally creepy joined her gym. And I like started going to kickbox. She like referred me to her gym, and that's how I became buddies with her.
Sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
quite
love
as
that.
creepy as that, but that's like the shortened version. So people would be like, "How do you know Lyrsa?" And I'd be like, I watched her on Survivor," and they'd be like, "That's weird." But yeah, she's super cool. I've worn her jacket, so bragging rights.
You
right
showed
there.
that photo recently. Showed that on Facebook.
It was the 1 year anniversary of me posting that on, or maybe 2 years. I haven't worked out in a while. It was like 2
Wait.
years since I had worn it.
The jacket.
The jacket. She
And
has
Natalie,
it.
can I have your jacket? Oh my
The-
God.
Yes. I mean, granted, Angelina asked for Natalie's jacket, but they were going to vote Lyrsa out for her jacket. And she has a
Yes.
tattoo now of her cat wearing the jacket that she had in time for the finale. So she has a cat's head on the jacket on a big tattoo on her arm.
I mean, if you want
love
to see it,
She's freaking awesome.
that's a photo right there.
Yeah.
Laura
there-
Arisa.
Oh my God.
and she's actually, you can see her tattoo as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat with the jacket.
Uh-huh.
God.
Yep. Don't mind the red face. That was post a workout. I think like we might have worked out and then watched Survivor or something that night, and I was just gross looking, but I wore the jacket.
I mean, we all are gross looking sometimes. Me, 95% of the time. But I'm a character actor. It's allowed to be.
Well, my boyfriend says, I forget already who he said you remind him of. The famous band producer.
Rick Ross, or Rick Rubin.
Rick Rubin, that's what it was.
Yeah.
My boyfriend was like, Mark gives me Rick Rubin vibes, and he seems really cool. And I was like, well, he is.
I do the best I can. Not cool, but like this is going away really soon because I want to look like I'm meeting Rachel's family in a week.
Oh.
So I want to look like a human being.
That's big.
That is big. Wait, yeah, no, definitely Rick Rubin. Okay, I see it. I just looked up Rick Rubin.
Yeah,
I
don't know too much, but apparently he's like one of the most successful like music producers of all time. I was like, okay.
Well,
cool.
I'm not successful or a music producer. For those who are also Kaylee's hopping on pretty soon. I'm very excited about that. So, my first ever book guest for my show, who was in the recording studio all day today, which is cool.
Ooh.
I love that. Canada's own Kaylee Patterson.
Fucking love her. Have you met Kaylee before, Laura?
I have not.
Young Dan Marino. I'll accept it. I'm a Miami, and I'll accept that. I mean, I don't look anything like him at all. Young or old.
I need to look up what Dan Marino looks like.
Not like me at all.
No, but we'll say
he did
good job, Marcus.
I mean, maybe back in the day. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I remember I was so excited. Like because I'm from Miami, and my family was pretty big into football until. Well, my immediate family was big into football until like all the concussions and all that stuff. And okay, fine. I'm taking the compliment. But
my dolphin. I just want to call you my dolphin now.
I can't do that. But I remember I was such a big fan. I remember I was so excited when he was in Ace Ventura. And then, like, I'm still happy he's in that movie, but Jesus Christ, that movie is hard to watch.
I've never seen it, and I now feel like I can't watch it because it's
the last
not
20
age
minutes.
well. I watched that documentary Disclosure, and so I've seen parts of Ace Ventura from that documentary, and I'm like, I don't know if I need to see this now.
It's a movie where you could probably watch the first hour and be okay. But
I'm sure the plot doesn't really need the full movie either.
But like, it's just the last 20 minutes of the movie is just a lot.
I recently watched The Naked Gun for the first time, and that has O.J. Simpson in it, which is nice and awkward.
I agree. I'm trying. Like he's really good in those movies. That's a shame. But you know, like that's how it is, right? Like people get awkward. Like
yeah, it's uncomfortable in it.
Like,
you don't want to like root for him.
I remember when I decided I couldn't watch Woody Allen movies anymore. That one.
I don't even really like Woody Allen movies, so it helps. But
I'm a New York Jew, and I was like raised on like Annie Hall, so.
Yeah, I'm an anxious Jew as well, and I think like the movies just make me more anxious or something. Like they're too relatable for it to be funny. I'm just like, these are all of my insecurities.
I'm not Jewish at all, so I just listen to whatever y'all say.
You're like, I don't like Woody Allen.
But also Woody Allen, like, no.
Well, yeah, no. Well, that was before we talked about the Jewish thing, but yeah, Woody Allen is not even on the list.
Yeah, no.
But you know what, man? Like, we have to grow. We have to be better if we can. And, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, that's another sad one right there.
Oh.
I don't actually know who that is.
Marcus, you had to go there, didn't you? Oh my God.
I don't know if I want to mention.
Oh.
Yeah, just read read that.
I saw the brief wiki description.
Yeah. So
I don't
his
know
name
anything
is,
about
like,
wrestling.
I'm amazed it's in the brief. I mean, because it's.
It literally is the second sentence.
his
if
name
you
is
search
like
his name.
erased from wrestling history. Like that is how.
Really?
That is how. Yeah.
He
And
probably
he was.
had all of that what is it called? The brain damage, the C.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they're saying it was, because he did a lot of like moves that would help like hurt brain damage.
used
But
his
like,
head
have you seen the oh shoot, the British last week tonight? John Oliver he did a whole segment on the WWE, and I've never watched wrestling in my life, but that organization is so fucked up. They do not take care of the athletes. They like seriously get, like really injured. And if they're not in the WWE, they basically aren't employed anywhere. They get blackballed. It's really messed up.
yeah, I am a wrestling fan that like watches wrestling like every now and then. I keep up with it, but like I used to be like a diehard wrestling fan, and I kind of like diehard is a strong word nowadays but it's like in a pandemic, like I definitely watch a lot of it. But
did you know the mayor of Slamtown before he was on Survivor?
Yeah, I knew the mayor of Slamtown when he was Johnny Nitro, and he was like, yeah, I knew him.
I loved him.
Yeah, he was the mayor of Slamtown, and then he like once Survivor ended, like his career kind of he had a really good career before, but then after it like really took off, and
his wife too.
Yeah, there was one match that he had on a show where this is so funny. It was this like main event match, and in the audience was Davey and I think Nick as well.
Oh, it was. I saw that.
And they like got into a fight with the guy. Like Davey and Nick were like a part of the fight, and it was just like Davey
got like thrown.
Yeah, Davey got like.
Davey said?
No, Davey from Millennial.
Oh wait, never mind.
Survivor.
David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
My brain went to the person that we all know named Davey, not the Survivor contestant.
No. His Survivor was it? Yeah, it was Davey.
Davey is my favorite in that season. So.
And I like saw that casting, and I was like, ugh, this is gonna be such a dumb jock. And he was a great Survivor character. Like he got
blindsided, and he took it like a champ.
Oh, he was such a sweetheart, and I've spoken to Lirsa. Lirsa loves him. Like I actually met him. I went to that finale, and he's just a genuinely nice guy.
I love that.
It's literally, if that's on RHAP below the top 10, I'll be very upset.
That's one of my favorite seasons.
Like it's my number one new player season.
I still think Kagayan's my number one new player season, but
it's a hair more.
It's close.
It might be a recency bias for me, honestly, but I love them both so much. So
yeah, I would agree with both of you, and I don't know what they're close. Number one. Yeah,
they're up. It's up there.
I'll say this: I like the winner for Kagayan better. I like the winner for Kagayan better, but like,
yes,
I think the overall cast is better in David versus Goliath.
Both casts are quite strong. And it's actually kind of tragic because I think a lot of the recent seasons have had really strong casts, but then obviously Island of Idols had other shit that, happened. That was Island of Idols, right? I don't even fucking remember now. But so those things, and then also just the editing has been off. I think because like preseason, I've been looking at a lot of these casts and been like, these people are awesome. They're super cool. Like they're hilarious. And then you don't get to see their personality, and they just show one person the whole time or something. And like the seasons could be so much better, but they're not showing it.
Yeah.
Season I wish.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, it's just saying like what we said before about Island of Idols and how it's good, except if it wasn't for that fucker.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do think there were other parts of that season that like maybe they could have spent more time on other people and stuff, but the cast was very strong overall. Yeah, and same with Edge of Extinction.
That's the thing I was going to say. Edge of Extinction had a strong cast. If it wasn't for a fucked up twist, it would be one of those things where I was like, if we didn't have,
Mhm.
if Edge of Extinction was just like a normal Survivor 39 days of like getting
I'd love
eliminated
to
one by one.
see. Yeah, I'd love to see that cast. Just put them back on the maybe minus one.
Okay.
Put them back on the beach and have them like play again.
So I got
Because
two people backstage I want to bring on.
Oh.
But we'll
okay.
do this in a second. So bring on first. I've got the man, the myth, the Lewis.
Hello,
And-
hello, hello.
Ooh, I like
Oh
that.
no, where did Kaylee? Kaylee just disappeared.
She didn't want Lewis.
She said magic trick. Poof, I'm gone. You saw me once. Where am I?
How are you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing good. I'm going for a McDonald's right now because I'm very
Ooh.
peckish.
I
But,
could use
yeah.
some McDonald's.
I could too.
You want to bring me some, Lewis?
Yeah, one of
Um,
Postmates it from the UK.
I think that's going to be very difficult. Not going to lie. But
It's like a
but
6-hour flight. It's fine.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. 6 hours is nothing. Go
Exactly.
ahead. Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
All
is
right,
it really a 6-hour flight?
I actually think it's less from Boston to England. It's
Oh, 'cause it's, like,
probably
straight
between
across,
5
yeah.
and 6.
Where have
I think
Oh,
it
I
takes
don't
less
know.
time for me to get to England than it would to get to California.
That is so surprising.
That's fascinating.
It'll
That
take you
seems-
longer because you're down southern or
Yeah.
more south than me.
Unless I go to Boston and fly, then it would take the same amount of time, you know. But it would take me longer to get.
To
I
Boston.
like that season. I will defend that season. And that's my opinion on HHH.
I don't mind that season. I know people hate. I don't like the Final Four twist in it, and I wish it had been mentioned previously. I don't think it was rigged for Ben. I think that
I
was
think it was
actually
rigged.
a twist. But I hate the twist, and I want them to get rid of it.
So, Lewis,
Hi. Hello.
how is the nighttime?
It's all right. No, it's usually pretty cold here at night. But we've been getting. It's been very sunny today, very warm. So, yes, it's very nice.
Are you celebrating St. Patrick's Day in England?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys probably don't celebrate the way people in at least Boston and other
Oh, yeah.
large cities in the US do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I keep on like if St. Patrick's Day is on, I'm having to get reminded through friends and stuff because we don't celebrate too big in the UK.
Yeah, not surprising. I mean, they do in Ireland, but
Yeah.
I can only
Lewis, are
imagine.
you still in? You're in Manchester right now, right? Or
Yes, I'm in Manchester.
nice. I've been watching that apartment by you. Well, I don't know if it's, never mind. It's not by you. It's Alfred.
Wait, what?
The Circle.
Oh, the circle. Yes, yeah.
I thought
Oh,
you were
yeah.
just like monitoring like
Yeah,
Street View or something. I was
No.
like, you creep.
Lives near
CCTV.
the Circle building.
No, I live 2 minutes away from the circle.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still need to catch up, but I finally caught up on the Celebrity Circle.
I'm very okay with the winner. Like I was gonna be okay
I'm
with all
very-
of them,
I love Lady Leisha.
okay, spoiler.
Oh right, well, I love
honestly, at
Lady
that point, like,
Leisha,
you're really
and she's one of the contestants that may or may not have. Anyway, right. Listen, no, I actually met her a couple years ago. So she was easily my favorite heading into the season. My favorite thing about the Celebrity Circle is everyone knows each other in some way, shape, or form. So there's so many.
Well, Denise said who knew everyone. Like she's like, yeah, that is actually Duncan.
Yeah, but my favorite thing is she didn't believe Saffron was Saffron, and she didn't believe. I think she didn't believe Denise was Denise. Yeah, she she believed everyone was a catfish besides herself, and I loved it.
But we know,
Yeah, I was-
we'll stop talking spoilers for a show that's less than a week old. But
of course, yes.
So I don't
Sorry,
know the
I was-
names. I don't know who any of them are, so I already forgot.
Yeah.
what's so cool? What was cool for me though was like, yeah, I'm like, cool. You can tell me they're famous or they're not, and it's just like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like they're all in my mind, catfish. But
Did the regular Circle premiere, or is that later?
that's our last
Yes.
night. Yeah.
That started last night. Yeah. I still need to watch though, so no spoilers from me because I haven't even caught up yet.
All I know is this: that I want to I'm happy that the Google Sheet that I have access to updates it like early instead of it being like 11 p.m. my time or whatever. Because I just want to know how they go into this season, how they go into the second episode. Oh, I'm going to say, Christy, I'm going to be definitely doing a Brant Steals. It'll just be randomized dates and stuff. And they're all going to be because I did bring this up earlier that Lewis will be on a future episode on my channel. Talking about Big Brother Culture Clash. It just won't be under the Mark Talk umbrella because
I guess it's good to announce that I'm going to be taking a show called Marcello Talk. I'm kidding, that's not happening.
Join.
Me and Laura are doing Marcello and Laura Talk. Any questions? Just DM.
But it's just us, no audience, and we just like gossip.
We're not even hitting record. Like you're just gonna. We'll put it on a random place. It'll be like hide and seek. You'll have to play. Yeah, it's literally a Zoom call where Laura and I will just.
And we'll pretend it's the show though. Like we'll ask the audience questions.
Yes.
But there is no audience.
We might Marcello chat. Oh wait, that's actually. I like that too.
I like it.
And, like, the reason I created this was because I was bored and I'm unemployed, so I'm like, might as well like do something because I'm a fucking creative person. And like,
yeah, and that's amazing. Like Mark, the rest of us are bored as hell, and like you put something out to entertain people. That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Completely.
It's just.
I mean, we have 10 people watching right now, which is nice. So.
Nice.
I'm not complaining about that.
To Chrissy, because she's watching, I'm excited. I'm meeting her in person soon.
Oh,
I
she's
love
coming to
that.
Boston. She's coming to Boston. So,
My
and hopefully I'll have.
I'm kidding.
And the vaccine rollout is, I'm going to be eligible soon here in Massachusetts. So today I'm excited.
A morning show.
Hello, Marcello. Yes.
Lewis conversation.
Now you need to do it.
Wow, I actually need to. Wow, I'm actually.
All right.
It's gonna be a morning talk show.
I'm not a morning person though.
Like me neither. Okay, morning talk show, but it's at 1 p.m.
I believe we have Kaylee backstage, and I'm very excited to bring her on. Kaylee? I feel like this is like a weird, like waiting for a Godot situation.
I did my drum roll.
I mean, I do see a spinning circle. Kaylee is not a spinning circle as a human.
She is not a spinning circle. Spinning circle, go away.
We will see Kaylee eventually. I'm gonna. Did she just message me? It's laggy for her. Okay, so she's hopped back out.
I love that.
You said she's Canadian. Is it just like Canadian internet? I don't know. That was a bad joke. Ignore me. I've had cider.
I'm still sober, but I don't have any alcohol right now because I drank it all last night while watching Survivor Caramoan. So
you need alcohol to get through parts of that season.
Like every episode, except for the merge episode.
Okay. How? I mean, you've seen it before, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated what Brenda did to Dawn at the final tribal. Hated it. And behind the scenes, Brenda was not who Dawn asked for help to get her teeth. Production sent Brenda over.
Are you serious?
So Brenda was, yes. Brenda was not who she went to. It was like the 5th person she went to. So that connection of like, oh, we were so close and you cried on my shoulder and blah, blah, blah. Like, they were not that close.
That literally changes everything.
Yeah.
No.
Because
Also-
I was under the impression. No, go ahead. Finish.
Well, I was just going to say,
was just-
also, Dawn swears like a sailor, and it's amazing.
Watching that final tribal and watching that, like at that time, pre that, I was always a Brenda like fan. I loved her in Nicaragua.
I loved her in Nicaragua.
And then in Caramoan, I cried when she got blindsided because I was like, oh, like, and I was like, oh no, Dawn did that to her. But like looking back on it and seeing that, I was like, oh, like I get it, but 2, not that.
They also weren't like, they weren't even like good up for villains for most. They were just like,
no, they were just like messy.
Yeah,
like
they were.
Yeah.
Dawn not getting second on that season is tragic. Her, like tying with Sherry, who nobody even remembers. Like the fact that I even remember that name is crazy.
You said it. I was
He's
like,
the only person
Sherry.
I liked all in fans in that cast. Like everyone else was just like, ugh.
I was actually at that finale as well, and that Eddie Fox, he looks good. And like
I'm an Eddie Fox fan.
Reynolds, like he could come back and be okay. Shamara was like the only person who had ever blocked me on Twitter because I commented about him wearing his camo. I was dating a Marine at the time, and Marines are not allowed to wear their camo outside of duty. And I like tweeted him something, and he blocked me.
Yes. Yes.
Andrea. I love Andrea. And Brandon Hance had no business being there. There's no way he passed a mental health exam. They knew what they were doing. They also, behind the scenes stuff, he wasn't like brought to the challenge where they then, voted him out. He had been physically removed from the camp for like over a day because he was dangerous.
Wow. I did not know
and then
that.
they proceeded to have the show of being like, we need you to go. But they removed him because he was like carrying a machete and like, like he was losing it. I've heard rumors that maybe roid rage, like he might have been on steroids and gone cold turkey amongst other things, but it was a lot worse than what they showed.
Damn.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
a lot of. Another funny thing about Caramoan is that Andrea and Francesca shared a dressing room at the finale, and Francesca was still very mad at Andrea for voting her out first. So that was just a shady thing that production did.
But also, the votes were only on Andrea and Francesca.
Yeah, I feel like you can't blame Andrea in that case.
Yeah.
I would, if I was Francesca, I'd be more on Phil than anything, really.
Oh, Philip
Yeah.
Shepard, not a fan.
He's a character. He's perfect reality TV. Like you're like, who is this person? Put them in front of a camera because.
Oh, well, but because that was Redemption Island, correct? I'm not getting my seasons right. Like,
Yeah.
Redemption Island, then
yeah, because in Redemption Island, like, did we really need to watch a season where Rob Mariano just goes to the final 2? And
I kind of liked it. I love
too,
Boston Rob, and it was a masterful game. Like
It was.
I'll give you
was
that.
brilliant. It was boring because he was just so above everybody, but it was a brilliant game.
Yeah.
I really wanted Philip to just like at Final Tribal in Redemption Island to like be like, all of this was an act. I'm a total normal person, and that would have been just so amazing. But no, he's a weirdo.
Part of me wants it to be like he's got like a British accent. He's like a great like I'm a thespian and I've been acting the whole time.
Exactly. And then he showed up with like the feather, and I was like, oh nope, that's not happening.
Oh, the 20s were weird, weren't they, guys?
They were.
Yeah,
They were.
Caramoan was what, 26?
26, yeah.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. I did like
I-
Nicaragua though. I did like Nicaragua on a rewatch. I will just
I would need
rewatch
to.
it.
I would need to rewatch it.
They wait till
I
we
also
watch
need-
it. I'm like, okay.
I would also like to rewatch Philippines minus one person, but
That's hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the first survivors I ever met. And my parents were like, "Oh, I'm glad like you're going to something and there's, like it's such a nice person and stuff." And then not great, not a good look. My first survivor I ever met was RC Santa Moore.
Okay.
Which
I like her.
I was lost and I saw her and had seen her in like one episode and was like, "RC, you're on Survivor. Hi, I'm Laura. Can you tell me where to go?" It was very embarrassing. I make really good first impressions. Like when I went to the Game Changers finale as well, and I was in the hotel lobby. I will add that I had just had a concussion and was still not 100%. But I saw Ty's boyfriend, Mark, or husband or partner, I forget, walk across the lobby, and I yelled in front of at least 50 people, "Mark the human!" Never had met him before. Because of Mark the chicken, and they started calling him Mark the human on Rob as a podcast, and he just turned and like stared at me.
Wait, you're the reason why they say that on RHAP?
No. I said it in reference to RHAP.
Okay.
But I said that as like yelling to a person I had never met before. And I had never met Ty before either. It was a really good first impression. I was standing next to Neil Gottlieb, and luckily he had met me before and was like, "Don't worry, she's normally relatively normal."
I
That's
love
a good
that.
one.
Lewis,
That
what
was
did you
dope.
order? That's the most important question right now. What
Yeah,
did you order?
everyone's
for
asking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now I hear you, but you were muted before.
Oh, okay, yeah. I ordered a Grand Big Mac with bacon, large fries, and a large Coke.
My American ass wants to know what a Grand Big Mac is. Like an extra patty or?
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah. Oh, that's my order. Be right back.
I love that, like the names of like fast food things that in different countries, because obviously we don't have Grand Big Mac here.
Yeah, I always am like the Baconator is one of my favorite like things to say because it just sounds like a robot that like just gives out bacon. So when I don't even remember, is it Wendy's who created the Baconator? Am I wrong?
I think it was Wendy's, yeah.
Anyway, if I was wrong, whatever. But no, it's just like Baconator, and I'm like, oh, okay, we love to see that. So, yeah,
Now I want some fast food.
I know.
So I went 3 years without eating McDonald's, and after dating Rachel for a year and a half, I now have had McDonald's 5 times in the last 6 weeks.
It's delicious.
I don't love it like I used to, but I'll still eat it, which is upsetting to me because it took me years to stop eating McDonald's. And now the closest McDonald's to me is a mile away from me. I walk in 30-degree weather to McDonald's to get a 10-piece nugget.
That is some serious conviction there. I can't say I would do the same, but I would pay for Uber Eats to bring it to me.
Katie gets it. The Grand is the confusing part. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a Big Mac, but grander.
How is it grander? Do they have extra buns in the middle?
Is it like wider, taller?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think there's extra patty, but I might be wrong.
I'm gonna look at the difference between a Grand Big Mac and a Big Mac because I need to know this.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a secret menu at McDonald's the way there is at like In-N-Out.
I've never had In-N-Out, and I want.
It's good.
All right, so I know the difference. A regular Big Mac is made up of 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onion is sandwiched between 3 pieces of sesame seed bun. The limited edition Grand Big Mac comes with the same ingredients, but in a bigger size. So
Okay.
it's more Big Mac.
It's a bigger Mac.
Yes,
It's just a grander Mac.
exactly.
They're just making it sound fancy.
I mean, it's like in Pulp Fiction when he goes. So he's talking about going to France and how they didn't have the quarter pounder because they don't have that size scale. So they just I forget what they said the line is, but also Le Big Mac and stuff like that.
Maybe.
I haven't really thought about that.
What's the line in Pulp Fiction?
I don't remember.
I don't either. I've been trying to.
Royale with cheese.
Wait, that's kind of Royale with cheese.
Jamie, I found a Popeyes. You can come to Boston now. I found one. I got Popeyes not that long ago,
and
I thought of you.
Oh, where was it? There we go. It's true. It's the most disgusting sandwiches in the world to me. It smells weird at the store too.
I have been to a Subway twice where they've been out of bread. I'm like, well, then why are you still open?
Do they just offer you meat and like?
I don't even remember what they offered. I just was like, okay, like it was like late at night.
So Subway doesn't have bread, so they're just what?
They might have had wraps or something, but we went and we were like, can we get a 6-inch sub? And they were like, we're out of bread.
That's like if Pizza Hut was out of pizza.
Right. Like
what's the hut?
They just turn the lights off at that point. Nobody's buying anything. I mean, I guess I could get a cookie.
There was one time in the UK where for an entire weekend, every KFC in the UK ran out of chicken.
Then it's just Kentucky Fried?
Yeah, like they had to like sell pretty much the only thing they were selling that weekend was fries.
I do like fries.
Marcus just put the best comment. Which I had it in college. It's this sandwich shop. Which is the best sandwiches. I don't know if there's any. I don't even know where Which is.
And I've never heard of Firehouse.
I almost was in a Jersey Mike's commercial. I may take the final round of casting.
That's pretty cool.
We love that. I love Jersey Mike's.
I think I've had Jersey Mike's. I think we actually might have which. Hold on, now I need to look it up. It's kind of out of business now. D'Angelo's. I don't know if other people have that.
I never heard of it.
Have you heard of Papagino's pizza?
No.
You're from New York. You guys have like real pizza.
I'm not from New York. I'm from Miami.
Well, I mean, you're in New York. You don't have Papagino's. You have pizza. I have had which. Yes, they are good.
I want to know where the nearest which around me is because I will drive there.
It's in Boston, so get driving.
I will be there in 7 hours.
Which? No, I don't know. I just know there is one near my office because
it was in my college town. So
I've literally never heard of them.
Marcelo, where did you go to school?
I went to Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia, VCU.
Ooh. Oh, they're in the tournament, right? Because I had to pick a bracket today.
Yeah, they're in the tournament. Will they do well? Who knows? Find out next time.
I don't know anything about basketball.
No. Funny enough, people think like I don't know sports. I love basketball. Basketball is one of my favorite sports. I grew up watching soccer. But let me get specific. College basketball is like my favorite. Yeah. Like I love March Madness. It's my favorite time of the year. Everyone's like Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
You're like March Madness.
Maybe, but March Madness is the most wonderful time of the year, and we should all get presents during March Madness. I feel
Who is winning your bracket? Because I'm in a pool and I don't know anything.
Gonzaga wins both.
I'm doing a league where I'm gonna make 3 brackets. Gonzaga is gonna win one of them. I want Virginia. I want UVA to win one of them to like defend their champs, but I don't think they're gonna win, so I might change that. And then the other one is I feel like I have to like go with my alma mater, VCU, but I know they're not going to get past the second round, so
Yeah.
I might just
That's
have
who
to
my
choose someone
Gators.
else.
Like one of my brackets has Gators going out immediately. One of my brackets has Gators going out against OSU because OSU is really good this year and we're fine.
Yeah, I went to BC, and we're good at some sports, but basketball hasn't been one of them in a long time. So
Yeah, I love basketball.
Weird fact about that movie. As y'all know, I'm a big movie nerd. I've never actually seen that movie.
I've not seen that movie, but that's not as fun of a fact. I like Space Jam.
The only basketball movie I've ever seen is Like Mike.
What about Air Bud? Air Bud's a good one.
Is that the one with
the dog? Yes.
Is that the one with
The
the
dog.
dogs? Yeah.
Yeah, that movie scared me because there was a clown in it, and I had a big fear of clowns.
I just read that. Marcelo's a basketball fan. What are your thoughts on Lola Bunny's makeover? Honestly, Lola Bunny looks iconic. That's all I'm going to
I
say.
haven't seen what she looks like now. Y'all look it
Used to or currently?
Like currently, well, both, honestly, at this point. They both.
Oh, yeah, I think that.
But there was like controversy about the design change, so like, but
so stupid. Men are like, oh my god, my cartoon doesn't have boobs anymore. My cartoon rabbit. Like, calm down.
But
I mean,
I'm a
rabbits
fan.
don't have boobs to begin with because they're rabbits.
Yeah, and also the fact that you're like sexualizing a Looney Tune is weird.
I mean, I am very happy
Right,
though that Pepe Le Pew is not in Space Jam 2
Fair.
because
He'd need a whole change.
Yeah.
Although Denali on Drag Race did talk about her love of cartoon men, and like no shame there.
Not that. I will say though, you mentioned Denali. I don't know if Denali's watching MarkTalk, the last one.
I love Denali.
Denali, you are the moment, and I'm so
She
sad.
retweeted me. She retweeted me a few weeks ago, and it was maybe the best moment of my month.
Laura made it. Oh my God.
I love her. I love her. She is one of my favorites of all time now.
Same. If you don't watch Drag Race, just Drag Race. Yes.
Who do you think's going home in BB Can this week?
I don't watch.
Oh.
I think it's LaToya.
I think it's going to be LaToya because they're trying to make a blind side happen. And I think, I think it's going to be a close vote, but I think LaToya is probably going to get the votes to go home, which is kind of sad. But
I saw people were tweeting she was doing really well.
She was,
but
she's
yeah.
I don't know. I tried to mute the hashtag, and it still comes up on my feed.
I do love Kiefer though, but I know Kiefer is not doing much. But I like Kiefer. Reminds me of like me if I did Big Brother, like kind of spirally, but like fun.
Kiefer also said that he would die on the sword for LaToya, and I'm like, okay, it's for a lot of money, and so I'm not. But also, like, I haven't been a fan of LaToya throughout this game because of other things. So I don't mind LaToya going home. So
yeah,
I love Victoria. Victoria killed it. She was like, I don't care what people say. I'm gonna like do what I want to do. So
I mean, like there's people that like the people I'm cheering for in Big Brother Canada because they're fun are like Victoria and Kiefer. Like they're like people I like to see on my screen because they're fun, unique individuals. Exactly. I know Victoria did say something really bad.
Oh yeah, she did. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta rewind. Yeah, no, that was very problematic, and I was not a fan that she said that. So I did lose a little bit of respect for Victoria, but. Like, my two favorites are Austin and Brayden. I know people are probably going to read me because Austin and Brayden haven't done much in this game, but it's week 2.
I have a crush on Austin, so that's me. I'm being very honest. I find Austin very pretty.
Yes. But, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Laura looks like she does. Laura's face right now is like, I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know. Big Brother is such a time commitment. And
No,
I
I don't-
always, I always try with the U.S. season, and then I last like 3 weeks, and then I just follow what Twitter says.
Did I ever tell you my history of Big Brother like US?
No.
So I watched the first season. I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. But I like Survivor more. So I never watched it again until like recently, like when people were like, Mark, you should watch Big Brother. And like, I watched the Celebrity Edition. I watched both of them. And I was
did
like,
watch those.
Because they're like short and easy and fun.
Mhm.
And then I was like, cool, I'll start watching seasons. And I heard like BB10 is good. And I liked it while watching BB21, which is not good. And then watch BB17, which I liked. And I was like, cool, I'll give BB22 a shot, which wasn't good.
I think I watched 17. Who won 17?
Steve.
I did watch that one.
It's fine. It's not bad.
I
Dave Vaughn
love
was
Johnny
on there.
Mac.
Johnny Mac is great. A lot of interesting characters, but it's, you know, it's better than the 20s. So
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
Lewis,
it.
where are you? Are you outside or inside or?
I'm outside. I've took a seat at a Starbucks to eat my McDonald's.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was me when I went to McDonald's last week. I was like, I don't want to eat this at home. I have so much shame.
I'd walked so far. I thought maybe just find a seat anywhere nearby and eat. And the most awkward thing is everyone's just looking at me, staring at me eating my McDonald's as they're walking by.
McDonald's, I love that.
Well, I'm glad I'm a judge because you're a beast in the best way possible.
Yeah, Johnny Mac was at Andrea and Megan's event in New York.
I'm so mad I didn't meet him because I didn't know who he was then. But I was just
Yeah.
because I didn't know like anyone but the Survivor people.
And I saw him at least at one of the Hearts of Realities I went to. Steve goes to every Hearts of Reality. He lives close by and he like really volunteers at Give Kids the World. That's a good event if people are looking for a reality TV event. It's in Florida, typically in August, but who knows what's going on. And the charity's amazing. It's called Give Kids the World, and it's this village for terminally ill or like life-threatening illness kids, and their whole family gets flown out. They live in this village near Orlando for a whole week. They get like ice cream for every meal. They're treated like prince and princesses. They get to go on all of the parks. It's really amazing. So this event is like for 3 days or so. Everybody raises money. All of the, you pay tickets to go to the party and that money goes to the charity. And there's usually like 200 different reality people there and wrestlers, Marcelo. So it's like reality TV and wrestling. Weird
Lewis
mix.
is also a wrestling fan, but
there you go. There's like, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the first woman who finished the American Ninja Warrior course, she's like this big. She does wrestling. She goes to them. She's shorter than me. I'm short. She's like short. Dina from Jersey Shore typically comes. The first year I went, I've been 3 or 4 times. The first year I went, she lost her shoes in the bar. So that there was that. Then she was pregnant and now she's had babies every time at them. But, still really cool stuff. Cara Maria's been there. Mark Long goes every year. It's a good time.
Love Mark Long.
I'm excited to see him play in Challenge All-Stars.
I think I'm actually going to watch that because I
Tech
remember
is
those
playing.
people.
Tech only played the challenge one time, but like Tech is like my dude from when I used to watch him. Like I used to love MTV. I was like, that's Tech Holmes. Holy crap!
I'm kind of shocked that they don't have CT on this season because he played when like these people were playing.
I think
CT's been around forever.
But I feel like that they were more focusing on for guys like people that didn't do it as much, but like did it like 1 or 2 like big seasons.
They don't need, what was the one who dated Cara Maria that's like abusive? He doesn't need to be there. Ibrahim or something.
Yes.
Abe Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could recast him. He was like a shit guy.
Well,
Maybe he's changed, but
still like to
I don't have
support
high
assholes.
hopes.
I hate.
yeah,
I
I don't.
hate people.
I remember watching like back when it was like Battle of the Sexes and stuff, and it was like, I mean, the challenges what they do now are so different than what it was back in the day, and they're bringing road rules back, which is another cool thing.
Oh, they
They
are.
are.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
remember
sure
watching-
like, Beth is the oldest person that's ever done the show, right?
I don't know.
Because Beth is 52 now.
Look at
Mark
her.
Long is up there.
He's a little younger than her. I looked it up recently just because, like, when I noticed that Tech was playing, I'm like, huh?
Yeah, Mark Long's
And then
49.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
is
gonna-
Paula
I'm
back?
gonna-
They don't know.
I'm gonna head off and eat my McDonald's. But thank you
I'm
for
happy-
bringing me on.
Happy to have you, Lewis. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Lewis.
Yeah, bye.
I love how he says McDonald's. McDonald's. It's just like a British thing that I'm like loving it.
It's like the two phrases, like, are the proper, like, McDonald's or Mackers. I've heard Mackers too.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
I think I'm also going to head out to cook some dinner. But Mark, thank you for having me on your last Mark Talk. I'm so thankful to know you and be friends with you. And when I start Hello Marcelo, you can be a guest on it.
I cannot wait because Marcelo, I love you so much. And I'm so sad.
Love
I don't
you.
see you as much as I used to, and that makes me sad. But
And
you're
that will
amazing,
change.
and I only have
Yeah.
love for you, my dude.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Love you, Laura.
Love you, Marcelo. I'll stay with you.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna be on much longer, anyways, just because
Okay.
we've been up for two. I've been up for 2 hours already, which is
Damn.
yeah. I mean, it's just so fucking weird. Like, it's so weird that this is it. You know, like it's done. Like, I mean, this has gotten me through so much of the crap of this year, which is fine. You know.
Yeah. And this year has been a lot of crap.
But hey, we
But
got
good
through a
things,
lot of it together. I mean, if it wasn't this year, we wouldn't be as close as we are. Because
I know. I like only sort of knew you.
yeah, and then we played George's game, and we were
Yeah.
number. You were my number one until you cut me.
I was told false information that you were coming for me. And I don't remember who gave it to me, but it worked. I don't remember who lied to me.
It doesn't matter. I mean, that was
It's a year ago at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
basically. The game like started like yesterday no, it started the 14th. Remember, I was furloughed for like a day when it started. And I was like,
it was like my last day in the office, and I was like, "Oh, this will get me by until I'm back in the office." And here we are, a year later.
It's yeah. So what do you think I should do for the next month or so on my channel before I go back to work officially?
I don't. I mean, do you play games? Are you a streamer of any kind?
I learned OBS to a certain extent.
I don't know what that. I'm not a gamer, so if you say words to me right now, I won't know what they mean.
It's like how to stream on Twitch without it being through like StreamYard.
Oh, got it. I mean, you could do that. You could take up drag and lip sync for us. I've seen you lip sync, and it's pretty good.
The drag wasn't good though.
It was one of my favorite moments from the entire org.
It was fun. It was fun. That was fun to do that cover of that song.
Oh my god! I just burst out laughing. I remember just like uncontrollably laughing. So that made me happy, at least.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't. What are you thinking? What
I don't know.
you-
I don't know. Like, it's not going to be like any set schedule. It's just the reason why Mark Talk is ending. You know, like I'm doing
Right.
Mark Meets World. I need guests still that have watched Boy Meets World because, like, for a long time, because I think it's best to have guests on that show that were raised with Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
That aren't 20 years old. So
I watched it, but I can't remember it all that well. I know I grew up watching it and like watching TGIF, but if you asked me questions about Boy Meets World, I wouldn't be able to answer them at this
Well, if you want
point.
me to guess, you can be. I would recommend I would give you an episode to watch and then you would
To
watch.
watch.
One at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good. Cool.
Where are they streaming?
Disney Plus.
Okay, I have Disney Plus.
Good. I find it really funny that so I don't know if you saw the beginning, but I redid the intro. And I said featuring Kaylee Patterson, and the fact that we never actually saw her on stream. Like I saw her.
Have you gotten in touch with her?
She said her internet isn't working right now. So
I feel like she needs to bookend the episode. Like she needs to end it.
I mean, I would love it, but if it doesn't happen, it's fine. Like I don't like. I'm happy I was able to introduce her, but like it has that weird like waiting for Doe vibe to it, where it's like, oh, okay, so are we going to see her? It's like, it's kind of like Elijah, right? Like you leave Elijah, and Elijah.
I like that was your reference.
2 Jews in a stream.
The way that nobody else is going to understand what you just said.
My dad is watching right now, so my parents are.
Okay, we got a third that will understand the reference. Everybody else is like, who the fuck's Elijah?
For those that don't know, Elijah is a person that you leave a plate for in Passover.
A person? Isn't it an angel? Or prophet?
Elijah is an entity. And you leave a plate for them. And you hope they come.
That was a good explanation.
You know, Jewish mysticism to a certain extent.
Yeah, I thought I think it's a prophet, but I also don't know if that means an angel or something. I don't remember. But there's a glass of Manischewitz out there for him.
And that's important because Manischewitz is alcoholic juice.
It is very sweet grape juice that will get you very drunk.
Did I ever tell you about the time I drank a whole bottle of that in my racist college town?
I can only imagine how sick you were after. There's so much sugar in that.
I just remember there's like a lot of photos of me like being like, yeah. They're on my Facebook too. Like if you go far enough back, like you'll see.
Oh my god.
Manischewitz.
I bought Manischewitz because I went to BC, which is a Catholic school, and I did have people try the Manischewitz, but that is not a good hangover drink.
Unless we can find the photo quickly, because I feel like I really should now, right?
I want to see it.
Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do.
The place that I typically go for Passover always has Manischewitz on the table, but they're like they put it out as a joke because they actually have really nice wine, and they like make a big show of how this same bottle of Manischewitz has been there for like 10 years. Well, when I was like 19, I loved it.
Yeah.
Not that I drank underage.
Me, Manischewitz. Oh, actually, I didn't know I tagged the photo, and my friend Kristen from back in college. Yep,
That's
2007.
so funny.
That's the most 2007 photo, isn't it?
It is, and that's a pretty big bottle of Manischewitz.
I think it's a normal size bottle, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there's like 2 sizes in it. That looks like the larger one.
No, it was like the $3 bottle. It was like that big. Like it wasn't like that big. It was that big. For a small family or a sad 21-year-old.
It either works. No judgment.
It'll all work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel like we should wrap up after the Manischewitz talk, right?
Yeah, maybe. I feel like that, ending on a high note or low note. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I'm feeling better now. There was literally 20 minutes where I'm like, this is going to be a 30-minute long broadcast, isn't it? And it's just going to be me very awkwardly being like, someone hop on. And I'm very happy Dan hopped on and Marcelo.
Oh, Dan was here? Oh.
And Lewis, yeah. Yeah, Dan was here for about 15 minutes in the near the beginning, about like 4:30.
Dan's got a baby now. Well, another baby.
He's got 2 babies. One's very little and one's little.
Yeah. I haven't
But-
spoken to him since the second baby.
But I want to say I value you so much as a friend. And,
No.
and I'm happy that even though this year's been a bag of shit, we've gotten closer. And that's the thing that means so much to me.
Yes.
And also
A
for those
silver
that are
lining.
watching that play games with us, I still will vote you out if I need to. And I know you will vote me
Yes.
out before I vote you out. So,
I still upset over whatever Saturday, but you know, you and I, we still did well. So,
I thought I was going to be first. I almost, if I had my way, I would have been first one out, just considering what happened there. But that's a whole different story altogether.
that's a whole different story.
But I'm very happy.
Yeah, we're not a pair.
We are not a pair. We're not Kevin and Allie. And also,
You're
if I
getting
ever played a
yourself
game with my
in trouble.
girlfriend, I would vote her out. But actually, I would be like, just vote me out if we got lumped as a pair, because if I got my girlfriend to play, that's a very hard thing to do. And,
Yeah, my boyfriend's never playing.
but
It's not happening.
I'm so happy to see you as always, Laura.
Yes, it was great to talk to you, and I'm glad I made my appearance, and we'll talk soon. And I will let you do your like final goodbyes without me. So that
I'll play
it's-
backstage if you want to hang out and talk afterwards or whatever. But
Okay. Yeah.
I'll be off the air like in a minute or so. So
All right. Well, I am gonna leave, but message you after.
okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I want to say thank you guys so much for being guests, for supporting the show for the last 90 plus episodes. It's meant a lot to me. It's gotten me through a lot of crap. I hope it's gotten you through a lot of crap. And it's important to be at things with an open heart and a good heart if you can. And oh my God, I'm gonna cry right now. Jesus Christ. The show's been good for me, and I thank you all for your support. Parts of the show will be happening again and soon. There just won't be a schedule set. You will know when episodes are happening. They won't be called Mark Talk. But I thank you guys so much for inviting me into your lives or out for like 100 hours or so. Thank you. Get a vaccine if you can. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you again to Dan, Marcelo, Lewis, Laura, Kaylee for making the sort of appearance she did. We had fun. That's important. Be kind. Have a good heart.